Alrighty, welcome to the Anarchy Live London session. Today we're going to be trading um, the London session. Obviously, pardon the noise in the background if you can hear it. I'm wearing my headphones, so hopefully you can't. But if the audio is a little bad today, that's because I've got kids right now on the phone here. So we'll just they're doing some school, so hopefully they'll probably be out of here right about the time we go live with the London Open. But in the meantime, I'm gonna pull up our stuff, and we're gonna look at some of our data for today and kind of just get set up. We're not gonna be trading until the open, and honestly, I'm probably gonna try to wait a little bit longer. I think I've been trading a little bit early into the London, so want to try to get into there and wait a little bit more before we start trading because we missed out on some great moves yesterday. As you can see, we had this whole big move that we missed out on because I was being an idiot, and it shows. I think this whole trading an hour later has definitely messed up with my whole routine because usually I would be, London Open would be at 2 and I'd already be trading, and I've had to change it, and it's definitely affected my trading this week with my routine being changed. So we're going to try to get back onto the things and get started and just pick up where we left off and see if we can recoup some of our losses to let the market come to us. And if not, hey, we're going to be down, we're going to be down for the day. So without further ado, let's start by looking at what we've got for news today. All right. Juddy, 5 minutes, and then Mercy's turn. There you go. All right, so it looks like we're connected. Let me just make sure that we're actually connected to my headphones there. Volume should be good there. So, all right, cool. So, news. Sorry about that. My kids connected my phone to my headphones instead of my computer. So, 2 o'clock, we just had news drop for GDP for the pound, which was a little better than expected. Could be have a bit of a positive boost on DAX. And that's about it. Then we don't really have anything for Italian industrial production month on month. Not really going to have any effect on DAX. So yeah, we should be good to go. No news for today for trading for the most part. 10 o'clock tonight, we'll have news for US. We'll have their prelim UOM consumer sentiment. But again, not going to affect us today. Honestly, it doesn't have as much effect as maybe FOMC or some jolts or something like that. So I think we'll probably be fine today for just trading in general. Let's go take a look. I like to be transparent about my trading. So this is my first week losing um, in the last 6 weeks. So you see, we could go look at that. So last month we grew, went positive, had some down days, but then managed to hit our 8% target, which was great after about 5.5 weeks. And now we're on phase two, and phase two has been a bit of a different story. I had a good couple days, got up actually 1.8%, and then we've been proceeding to lose. So this is going to be my first losing week full since I started. So this week went down 1.8%. Not a big deal. Like it's okay because we can of course gain that back over a week or two or even less. I mean, we had 1 week where we did what 3.5 or 4% last month. So I do know it's been a rough month for a lot of people. So no need to be discouraged. In general, you see we've definitely made money on US 30, not on DAX, which is kind of weird. But in general, just this is not very long term. This is just a total of, well, we still have a total of about 36 trades, right? So I'll be interested to see what I get after a bit more trading. We're only down 1.1%. So honestly, we can gain that back today with a good day trading. And if not, it's okay. We're not going to try to force anything, and we're just going to take our time, recoup, and maybe the market's a bit better to us next week. Because yeah, the last couple of weeks, I know historic have been rough for not only me but a bunch of other traders as well. So let's go take a look at the markets. We're going to erase all of our drawings and remove all of these drawings. All right, and we'll go to our daily chart, and let's start with DAX. Now let's start with US 30, and then we'll go to DAX. So again, big week last week, bit of a retracement here, not quite to the 200. We're now starting to go up today. It'll be interesting to see if we're just going to come up half of this candle and then reject and keep going down for a bit of a deeper retracement, maybe half of this candle here on the left, or if we're just going to kind of tweezer bottoms here and we're just going to continue to push out of here. I know that we had Powell speak last night, and he was not willing to say that they aren't going to jack interest rates more, which so that could be a bit of that could have a bit of an impact on the stocks and possibly cause them to go down. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. So where could we go? So purple line, high and low of day. This one just from the low of last Friday. Also matches up with some wicks here and whatever. And then if it keeps going, where is our next target? Probably somewhere around there because we have the open here, close here, wick here, wick, wick, wick. I mean, we could draw this a little closer, so it's kind of this here, so it's kind of more around the open and close of all of these. So there's a target. We could probably put a midpoint there in the middle. And if it keeps going, as I said, I would not be surprised to see it retrace to the middle of this big candle. So that would be if it goes bearish. If it goes bullish, where could we expect to go? Well, we could have the open of yesterday, the high of yesterday, and then if it keeps going, of course, the high of the week. So those are kind of our targets. We can put halfway points in between there, but we'll do that on the 1 hour. So as I said, look at this, a lot of room for us to come down. So we will have to see what happens. On the hourly, we could draw that. That's kind of hourly support right there, which coincides with pretty much with these. So if it breaks it, we've got some rejecting wicks here. So again, I always make these so big. This is the hour. We don't need to make them very big. We're only going to be here for a couple hours. And then resistance would be nothing closed below that. So that's kind of a resistance area up there. Not much in between. If it keeps going, of course, then we have this up here. Finally, the one up there, but we're not getting there right now, so no need to worry about that. We can add those later if we need to. And if it drops below that, honestly, we have that line, but then there's really nothing till we get down here, which again, we could maybe possibly make a midpoint line there. And if it's going up, it did kind of bounce here. We had some wicks, so maybe that's kind of a midpoint there, something like that. So we kind of have our targets now. Price continuing to push up. I mean, it's been pushing up since 7 o'clock this morning. Could have been nice to get in there, but that's not when I trade, so not really a big issue. Sometimes you get really nice movements, but most of the time it just consolidates, so I'm not feeling too bad. I mean, 7 o'clock there. Where was 7 o'clock before that? 7 o'clock. Yeah, here, just consolidate at 7. Here's again 7, consolidate. 7, went down a little bit, but consolidate. So you don't usually see these big moves. Sometimes you get them though. So, all right. So let's see here. Let's drop down to the 5 because honestly, I don't really have a place to put a target anywhere above kind of resistance above it. Now looking at this, I think we could put one from here, kind of put one from here, covers those as well. Something like that, right? Coming down, oh, like it's just been going up. So anything, I would want to see that there was like kind of a retracement and a break. And then let's see where things kind of consolidated. So this area right here is kind of where price, I would say, has consolidated a little bit, as in we see this being a resistance. Then we see it kind of coming support. Yes, it's a trend. I mean, we could say the same thing here as well. Like we could put it here as well. But if it retraces this far, retraces this far, breaks down, retests, then we could probably trade it down. But again, this is a bit of a different move. Usually I'm seeing it consolidate during the London set, during the pre-London, and it's not right now. Yeah, Mercy's turn, guys. So yeah, right now it's just flying. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what price gives us, because right now we just don't have much. We do not have much. We can make this smaller now that we're looking at it on the 5. We have this. We have this because we have touch here, touch there, touch there, touch there. Like, so this would be a line for me. Um, and then yeah, that's another line. This one is above. If it breaks, let's see how big these moves are. Sometimes you just can't tell from the. These are pretty decent sized candles right now. And they're just going up. So an interesting look that honestly I have not really seen before. So I'm a bit uncertain of what to expect. You just don't usually see this, so we'll continue to watch. And yeah, it would have been cool to catch it like with this break right here. If we could have caught that break and then let it run, that would have been a nice move. 53 pips. All right, but that's about all we need right now. We could see, does 15 give us any more clarity? Just pushing up. A lot of up. So I would expect some retracement. So if we can get a retracement, we have to know, is this going to be a retracement of this move, or are we going to get a retracement and then a bounce going up? With the way Powell leading with it, I would expect us to drop a little bit off of that type of report. So it would not surprise me if we push up here and then market opens and then we start pushing down. But I could very much be wrong, since we're definitely really pushing here pre-London. Wow. So let's move over now to DAX. Go to the daily, and we just got to go through the motions. High of day purple, low of day purple. Okay, just high of that day. And then at the top, we'll see on the 1 and 5 if there's a midway point there. So close of this day, open of this day, has these wicks, has this, has these, has close of this day, has top of this wick. I like that level. And then if it drops through there, of course, the low of yesterday, and then further, maybe right there, which coincides with the 9. So I think that's about all we need. Not anywhere really to put something on the 1 there. Yeah, nothing really. A midway point, though, I would say would be we have these right here, which kind of bounced here, almost bounced here, and then we see 2 rejecting wicks. So this is actually an interesting level with this red line for me. We'll see how that goes. Definitely with wicks here, wicks here, wicks here. Like, this is definitely some serious. This is some hourly support for sure. Let's go to the 5 and see what else we have to work with. So we kind of just have gone up now and filled this gap again. If we'd been here earlier, maybe we could have gotten in on this move at 2. But again, now we're just consolidating. So kind of consolidating at high of day. For me, I would need to see it break this if we're going to go long. And for short, are we supposed to be listening to stories, Merce? What has mommy said about stories? Okay, so sorry, just responding back. So again, if it breaks through here, we could look to short it down to here. We're definitely, and we could also see it reject off here. So we have two scenarios. Um, this looks actually a little bit better than Dow. Dow's just been going up so much, it's hard for me to tell. But for this one, I'd be looking for us to come up, break, retest, keep going. Otherwise, maybe big push up, rejecting candle, come down, and then we get in down here, and then we push down here. So a couple options. For about 13 minutes away from market open. Let's duplicate this and get our double screen pulled up with like both of them pulled up on the 15. Okay. All right, so we got everything pulled up. As I said, big strong move on the Dow. Gonna redo it and see if it rejects off here. It doesn't really matter. As I said, we've got 13 minutes, so now we're just gonna be hanging out until market open. While we're waiting, maybe let's play a game of chess, but I'll actually stream it here so you can actually watch me play. Not that you really care, but we gotta wait for market open, so not much we can do until then. So let's play 3-minute game. Yes. Okay. We can have it. So you can do it for another 5 minutes. Leaving his queen hanging there. Not queen. Nice. Okay. Because he's gonna go here, push. I'm gonna go, and he's gonna take. So let's push that. Am I still streaming? It says I'm still streaming. So I'm live. Maybe I just need to refresh my page here. There it goes. Seems to be working. You can keep it right now, yeah. No, yeah, of course. Should have seen that one coming. Still way up. What happens when you're trying to stream? Wow. Okay. Played really well the opening, and sucking. It was the worst game ever. I crushed it, and then I just let it go. All right, one more before market open. Let's see if I can. I never play on the computer, which honestly, it makes a difference. Usually play on my phone. Cow opening, of course. That's all I do. What? I don't know what that was. For some reason, I thought it was guarded. Wow. All right, it got absolutely smashed there too. Wow, I play much better on my phone. I got my rating up to 600, but now we're going to be down. So, thank you. All right, Mercy, you and Jody, time to go home. Go head down, I mean. There we go. All right, well, whatever. That was abysmal. Jody, let's head down. Let's close that for now, and let's get ready for market open. Okay, shut the door. Shut it all the way. So let me switch over my phone to, let me switch over my speaker setup here. So about 20 seconds to market open. Pulling up a couple things here, just trying to do some work at the same time. All right, so we're just kind of letting market open happen and see where it goes. So we've got price initially opening up. That's on the 15. Let's go look at it on the 5 at both. Let's get US 30 going on over here as well. US 30 just again still poking up. We did reject this initially. We did for the last 15 minutes, so kind of dojied up there. So I'll be interested to see if we reject and start coming back down. DAX is continuing to break above, but again, we're not doing. I'm not doing anything right now. We've tried to get into this too soon, so I want to see what happens with the market. See if we can let market just move, and then we can try to step in and. So still pushing bullish on DAX. See what we're doing on the 1. Yeah, just pushing up. So let's see what happens. Dow looking like we're going to have a bit of a rejection on Dow. As I said, would not surprise me. I feel like just with what we heard with the news and stuff that we're going to go bearish as we did yesterday until, and then market closed, went 5 o'clock, closed right there. So we had a little bounce, but closed right there, came down, so it bounced. So it fell most of yesterday. So be interested to see what happens here today. Right now we're rejecting the highs. Again, we could possibly put this a bit higher if we wanted, somewhere like maybe there. And if we come down, retest, we could come down and take it short. I think DAX, as I said, is better set up for either way. It's just a bit more clear in terms of price action. But yeah, we're continuing to push on out of here. I've never seen price push all day without some sort of pullback, right? So getting afraid that you're missing a move, you shouldn't be. And I'm telling this to myself as well. 'Cause sometimes you can be like, oh, you don't want to miss out on that move. Well, that's okay. Just relax. So definitely still push. DAX is still pushing. But we're rejecting the high up here at about, essentially 15,300. Kind of a bit of a psychological number there. I'm going to move that a little just to make it psychologically round. I don't know if I believe in psychological numbers or not, but they're easy to say. So they work for me. So again, price is definitely pushed on DAX. They're definitely pushing up again now here. So a decent move on the open. I don't know how many. Let's see how. Let's measure it. 30. So that's a 30 pips. Pretty big. Let's look for Dow. As I said, for Dow, for me, if we could come down maybe to 200, like we might be able to catch a little pivot up and keep going long. If it's going to go long, like again, I don't really want to short this without some reason because it's been going up all morning. So we just need to be aware of that. And we saw some crazy moves out of DAX yesterday, like going up and then whipping back down and then whipping back up. Where are the moves from yesterday? Where was market open? Yeah, right here. So we had market open here and then came down and then huge candle up, big candle down, and then just proceeded to run. And like I would have loved to get in here, almost did, and then go long, but we weren't because we'd already used up our trades for the day. As I said, I took a couple trades that I probably shouldn't have. Right now, though, let's just watch what happens to price. So if this comes down, maybe we get our retest half of this candle about this red line, and then we see some momentum up. We could get a trade in long because I would be perfectly happy going long on this, especially with this momentum. But I'm going to need to actually see it pull back, and that's not enough. Like we need to see a couple candles of pullback, slow down, and then momentum going up, and then we get in on it. So let's see what happens with price. Again, only 6 minutes into this, into the London Open. It will be a holiday, I believe, in America today. So maybe there won't be much because isn't it Veterans Day? Do the markets not close on Veterans Day? I thought they did, but I guess it's not saying that. I guess my FX Forex Factory is not saying that, so maybe it's not. Okay. So we have our initial push up. Not seeing any reason to get in long right now, that's for sure. This would need to push down more. If it keeps going, let's see, where could it go? We up here, like this level. So we have these wicks, those wicks, that wick. So if we just take that, drag that across, like to me, we can watch this level to see if maybe we reject off of this area up here if it makes it up there. Although look, we're starting to come down now. So I don't know why they should sync automatically without me having to like refresh the screen. But anyways, whatever. So yeah, I'd be looking for a break of this trend line, retest, and then maybe we go short. But we could also go long. As I said, I don't like this, these equal highs here, but that's fine because as I said, if we can come down a little deeper, we could pivot up off this nice resistance here, which was our previous high, right? So that's going to definitely give us some support, which is where we have this line driven here. So it was just under that. So we do have some support. So we're coming down to test it now. What I don't want to do though is this is a pretty big candle and we're still right after market open. So price could play with us. I don't want to just hop in, but what I'd like to see is it come down a little farther. If not, honestly, I could be potentially, depending on what it shows us, interested in getting in long. But we need to be patient. I don't want to just jump in and then get burned as it shoots down. Especially in my first 10 minutes of market open, price can do anything, as we've seen. So again, you saw that one green candle, like, oh, I see a wick, it's rejecting, you want to hop in? Well, maybe not, because now look at this, we're still shooting down. So let's be patient. Definitely, I think a good rule of mine that I need to actually instigate is no trading in the first 10 minutes of market open. Like, there's just no point. Like, price will do stuff. Wait for it. Wait until we've had a couple candles to kind of suss out what the market is doing. And then we go from there. So again, not much. Dow still consolidating, kind of bouncing off that resistance that we drawn there. We do see Dow trying to again go back up, but so far hasn't been able to go back up. Keeps getting shot back down. We're kind of just consolidating right now. But I still think there's a little bit more room for it to come down. It may not. That may have been our retest right there. So depending what we get, could go in long. I just don't really like. There it is. And I'm in a little late. That's where we could get in, right? Like that would be a nice spot. But it's 10 minutes, the seconds till the candle closes. I don't like to get in right before the candle closes because look at this. Now it's sucking back down. And now it could be going the other way. That could have just been a little fake out, and now it goes. So let's just wait and see. I don't like how that candle closed. Yeah, there we go. See, watch it shoot back down. If anything, I'd be getting ready to short this. This is kind of like what we did yesterday, where we have this big fake out candle. But who knows? Maybe now we came down and now we can start shooting up. But again, still consolidating. Price still kind of just whipping around. Like it tried to go up and got rejected hard up there. So I don't really want to just go long, even though this is normally when I'd be going long now. But that momentum up came back down really hard. Tried to go down, so now it's just consolidating. Like, if we look at it on the ones, right? Look at it on the ones, we just have red, green, green, red, red, green, red, green, red. Like it's just consolidating here. Like there's nothing happening. And I don't like trading when nothing's happening. I like trading when price is actually doing something. Otherwise, we get stuck sitting in a trade all day. So at this point in time, again, I'm just going to sit here. Again, it's trying now, and it may go up, but I just don't like how it rejected there. So let's wait and see. I said there'll be other times to get in, even yeah, there we go. There's the break. So sure, we could have gotten in, might have worked for us, but it also could snap down again. We are overbought as well. Historically, I don't like buying stuff when it's overbought. I'd rather it cool off. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens. So it did make a new high, but we are kind of rejecting that now. Dow trying, but just not much volume right now. Dow's just consolidating. So we're on an uptrend, but now we've just been consolidating up here. If we look at it on the one, there we go. There's the shift on DAX. As I said, if I was a betting man, I'd be going short on this. This is kind of what it did yesterday. I'm not, so we're not going to take it, right? I'm not a betting man, but if I was, like, it's rejected that. That's why we didn't get in long, because I do feel like it just wasn't acting right for wanting to go up. Like we saw those highs getting rejected, and now we see it getting rejected quite hard here, coming down short. Now it could go up again, but right, I don't want to trade this consolidation. If anything, I'd be much more interested in picking this up short. We don't want to trade all this just back and forth. It's just a disaster. So we're just going to wait. I've very rarely seen a day that didn't have a good move. We just have to see if we can catch it when it happens. And it may, like this could go like this, could come down. We see it, and then we get a big candle going up. Like, well, then we could. But again, this still hasn't pulled back far enough for me. Like I would have wanted to see initially it pull back a bit farther first and then go with momentum. And we just haven't seen that. And now we rejected it multiple times up here. So I definitely don't want to, unless I see something very convincing, I'm not going along after we keep rejecting this 15,300 area. This 9 could EMA, the blue line here, could provide some support though for us to bounce off. But again, nothing so far. The reason I have green line here is we still have the support here with the support line. Like this trend line would need to be broken before I go short on Dow. So if I was betting man, I'd be going short. Got to pop up, nice sweep of these highs, and now we're going to probably come up. If we can get a retest, then we get in ready to go short. But not yet, because again, what is this? This is essentially just half of this green candle. So we could see it come down. We were retesting the 9, retesting half of this candle, and now we pivot on out of here. So we're not going to go short. Technically, it's above it right now, so this honestly should be green. This is currently support. So we could definitely still see price bounce here. First 15-minute candle close. Let's go look at the 15-minute candle. We'll do a big rejection wick on the 15. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it did sweep the highs over here. So let's see now if this starts picking up momentum and starts driving down. As I said, would not surprise me. But it's too soon to tell. Like we could hop in here and then we get burned. We're just going to see what happens with price. Yeah, there's momentum bounce. Rejection though. So as I said, this is an area where you could, oh, I could buy or sell. That's why we're trying not to trade. And I notoriously end up trading it and then regretting it. So Trade did prove on that. Yesterday was a good example of me trading when I should have. So right now we're just going to still wait. It's a nice bounce, as I said, tempting to get in long. Just haven't liked the price action. Yeah, I just don't like the price action. That is honestly what I would be looking for. But reason I'm not taking it is these rejection wicks essentially double top on the one. It just doesn't look like it. Now it could still go up, but this just doesn't look right to me. So I'm not gonna touch it. Like it just I feel like it's not a very high percentage. So yeah, now we're just again Doji's indecision. Price kind of just sitting here. It did try to go up, now it's not. So as I said, still kind of reinforcing my idea that we're going to end up going bearish here But we've got this, it's right on the line. You can't go bearish when it's above on the green line where it's supposed to bounce, right? Like that's just stupid. We have these lines for a reason. And I'm talking to myself because honestly, oh, dang. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to cut back on my coffee and it's telling. Um, as I said, this could go either way, but in the meantime, I don't regret sitting out of it because again, we've been like price has not, it's just consolidating. It's tried to go up, hasn't been able to. We've seen some big rejecting, this big rejecting wick here, rejected up here. It's like it's rejected up here multiple times on the one. If you look, rejection, big rejection. So like, what's the point? I'm not going to get in on that. If we can get a clear break with some momentum, then I might be willing to get in on that. Right now, we're not seeing that. If anything, as I said, we keep trying to go up and not being allowed to. So still think that we're going to push down. Let's go take a look at the Dow. Dow trying to, Dow trying to rally. Maybe DAX will follow. I'll be curious where we close here with Dow. Because that was a nice candle, momentum candle off this area. Because now that's momentum. I think now can we continue that is my question. Are we just going to push back down, or are we going to keep pushing up now? That's the question. All right, I'm in long with that momentum. Maybe entered a bit late, but let's see now if we can take this. Yeah, okay. Let's see here what happens at the highs. Thing is, we need to break them. Oof. So we have a retest, which is potentially okay. Now let's see if we can continue to build on out of here. I don't regret that trade. That was a good trade. We waited for momentum. Now we may get momentum coming down, but if so, it's okay. Said we could have moved our stop to break even, maybe, just in case it rejected that high so soundly. Oof. But let's see what happened. We did see some burst of momentum upwards. So I'm curious where we'll go now. We're definitely in a consolidative area. Let's see, gap down, shooting back up. Let's see now. If we can turn this green, that would be great. Bounce off the 9, project off here. Our stop is tight. I mean, our stop is literally right there. Move it a little bit so it's actually $50. There we go. So we came down, had momentum up. Did not close above, but it was enough momentum for me to want to get in. And we did go up, but we just matched the high. So now we need to see if we can get enough momentum to actually break here. But does not look like it. Looks like we're going to go short. Yep. So maybe I shouldn't have taken it with these wicks here. It's just that momentum I really liked, which is why I got in. So now it looks like we're kind of ranging. Looks like we're now going to enter a range, kind of like right here. So we're going to have this range here and then this range here. we're already in the trade, so now we might as well enjoy the ride. But I have a feeling we're going to get knocked out now. This is kind of a fake out, but we could just range here now and still go bullish. But right now, very much uh, irritating. You take a trade with the momentum, starts going your way, and then just slams back. So let's see. So we are rejecting. I mean, there's a reason our stop is down here, right? So rejecting the 9, rejecting this green box. Let's see if we can get enough momentum to push on out of here. Did close above, these close, but it wasn't enough. Dow still just consolidating. Waiting patiently. Dow doing squat. All right. Yeah, DAX rejecting. We're about to get stopped out here. Now, this is where it'd be tempting to go short, right? But we need to wait. There's a wick down. Now, is that it, or is it going to keep pushing? 6 seconds left. There it is. Dang it. See if we can get a retest. Let's see if we can get a test up here and then a breakdown. All right, we're in short. Let's see if that helps us any. Probably not. Let's see. Stop up there. As I said, I think that was a fake out. We're going to see a push down to the downside now. All right, I'm just going to get out of that. That's a stupid trade. I need to wait. Let's be patient. If anything, we should still be going long, right? Like, where would we be going? Like, this is like, sure, we're starting to look a little short, but we still haven't shown. Like, we had this. We need to be patient. I need to break down, real retest, and then go. Yeah, this looks to me. Let's try going long. Like this is me being stupid. Which way is it going? Oh, we got in it the wrong way. Damn it. Okay. Wow. I can't trade today. Save my life. Let's just wait. So 77, yeah, we're gonna risk 1.25% today. And it is what it is. So we're essentially in consolidation. We shouldn't be trading in here at all now. It's a much nicer retest. So let's see. Come up, retest. And retest half of that candle. Now can we break down? Is the question. 30 seconds left. All right, gonna try one more time. Going short. We came up, rejected. Now let's see if we can break down. Charge up. There we go. Wow. Not catch a break. A little bit of a rejection there, but it would be nice if this would turn red. There it is. Dang it. As I said, with the trend though, I shouldn't have been going short here. Should have waited for more, probably a breakdown below here. So yeah, bad week of trading. Oof. So we'll leave it at that and come back again next week, see what we can do. You have a great one, and we'll